Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with ElectraSoul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to teach people that God and Jesus and the universe coexist as one. Now today in this video, guys, this is going to be a question answered for some people who don't really know what to do in regards to holding on or letting go of their manifestations. Of course, it sounds very law of attraction-y, which we don't use around here in the law of assumption world because bitch, I am a law of assumptioner, and so are y'all. If you're watching my video, I know that you're watching it because you know what's up, you know the tea, like you know that you can have it all simply because you said so. You don't have to do anything else besides just say on repeat that you do have what it is that you want, and that right there should be more than enough for you. But then anyway, with the whole letting go, holding on thing, a lot of times people think that if they let go of their manifestations that it's gonna come in quicker. It's kind of like, if I'm not looking, it'll come faster because I don't care. Like bitch, it doesn't have to be that way, okay? You don't have to sit here and force yourself to let go of something because you think that if you do, it's gonna come in quicker, or to hold on even tighter because you think that if you hold on, it's gonna get you what you want. Like, you don't have to do anything out of the ordinary in order for you to get what you want. The only thing that you need to do is just affirm and persist. But I am gonna get into whether letting go or holding on is the right option for you, like what the whole tea is behind that, because I have had this predicament before for myself, and I know that it was a little bit stressful to figure out what I should do or whatever, but I figured it out, and obviously that's why I'm here today, to let y'all know what I learned about it, what I learned through my experiences, and what I would advise for y'all as well to do when it comes to figuring out what you should do in regards to letting go or holding on even tighter to your manifestations or desires. But then anyway, y'all, let's get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about this right here, so I can just answer y'all question about this topic right here, because it really is so simple. I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, the whole thing about letting go or holding on to your desires or manifestations or whatever is that it literally makes no difference as to whether that thing is gonna come in or not. The only difference in you receiving it faster or it takes longer or whatever is just up to you, what you believe is going to happen. Because as y'all know, within the law of assumption, you don't have to believe anything in order for you to get what you want, but I will say that whatever you believe in the most is what's going to end up manifesting. So if you believe that your affirmations are going to get you what you want, even if you don't believe what your affirmations are telling you, for example, if you're affirming for the SP, if you don't believe I have my SP, I have my SP, I have my SP, you can believe the fact that your affirmations, aka you affirming and persisting, the repetition, is what's going to get you what you want, so then you will have that SP. But that's because you knew that your repetition was going to get you that thing. You see what I'm saying? It's literally all a placebo in a way. It's like whatever you say is what's going to go, will go, but that's up to you to make. Like, the decision is yours, okay? So when it comes to letting go or holding on even longer to your manifestations, I am going to say that it entirely depends on you, the person who is affirming for that thing, to decide whether you want to let go or continue affirming and persisting, aka like really gripping that bitch. Because I know that I've done both. I have let go of desires when I was affirming for them. Sometimes I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it, like I'm not even worried, and then I just stopped affirming for it. I just knew that I had it. But then for other cases, I would continuously affirm until that thing hit me, and then it did. Like, I ended up getting what it is that I wanted, but either way worked for me. You see, like, it's all about the way that I felt about it, because at the end I realized that if something was stressing me out, like if I felt like I was affirming for something and I was feeling really stressed out, I was feeling like I don't know if this is possible, I don't know if I can do this, etc., I would have to affirm even harder, because I knew that me holding on tighter in that way was going to make me feel more secure, because I knew that my affirmations were eventually going to make me believe in the fact that I could get what I wanted, you know? Because in that case, if you feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, forget it, whatever, if you let go of your affirmations, or if you let go of your desires by kind of just being like, whatever, if it does, it does, if it doesn't, it doesn't, that you right there, you're kind of like letting it go completely, to the point in which you're like, whatever happens, happens, okay. But no, the answer is no. Like, you're not supposed to be doing that. It's not whatever happens, happens, unless you're actually okay with whatever happening. But at the end, because you make the choice to decide whether something goes or not, you should be more than okay than making the decision as to whether you want to stick closer to that thing, or if you want to just let it go once and for all, because you know that regardless you're going to get what you want. So with that being said, like in those cases that I was like, oh, I don't really know if I can do this, I don't really know if I can do this, that's when I would affirm harder, like really gripping that bitch, because I knew that I needed my affirmations to get me all the way through. You feel me? But then in other cases, like I said as well, there were times that I was like, I don't really need to stress out about this, I do have it, if I say that I do, and that's it. I would just kind of let it go, in the sense that I was like not worried about it, not obsessing over it, so to say, and then I knew that it was going to come to me, and then it did. But you see, the difference between the two feelings was how secure I felt within having that desire, so I would make my decisions based on the way that I felt, okay? So that's why I'm here today, to let y'all know that it's basically the same thing for yourself, because there are some people here that really don't know whether they should be obsessively affirming, which is not even obsessively, like it's literally just you affirming for that thing each and every single time that you think about it. But other people think that it's better to just let it go so that they don't stress out about it, or like the way that it's gonna come in, or what's gonna happen, you know, things like that, because it really doesn't matter. Like, there's no stress involved here. There's nothing here that should be making you feel like you can't do it or it's not possible or whatever. The the only person that can make you feel that way is yourself. So if you tell yourself that something's not possible and that you don't really know if it's gonna happen, of course that's what's going to make it harder for you to have, but that was your choice to make for yourself. But that right there is also the reason why you should be affirming even harder, because if you do feel that lack of security, go in on your affirmations, like literally go ham on that bitch, because why wouldn't you? At that point, I personally would even be like, I got this, 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 because if I feel like there's a part of me telling me that I don't got this, why would I allow for that to just take over me and to just be like, whatever, it is what it is? No, the answer is absolutely not. I am always going to take initiative where I have to, and I'm gonna be like, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this, like I got this until I know that I got this. And again, guys, I say this often, but it's not even about you knowing that you got this. It's just about you knowing that you are affirming and persisting, not giving up on your affirmations, because that repetition is what's going to get you what you want, as opposed to you just giving up on whatever it is that you want, you know? There's nothing to give up on. The only thing that you're giving up on whenever you would give up on your desires is yourself, aka you really letting it go, you just letting it go completely because you feel like you might as well not even try because you don't think it's possible. That right there is when you should not be letting go, and is when you should be gripping on even fucking tighter. Now for other people, some think that if they let go of their desires, their manifestations, that is going to come in even easier, just like I stated at the beginning of the video. And this right here I would consider to be a placebo effect, because I have done this for myself a lot of times before. Like I would be affirming and persisting for certain things, and I would just be like, you know what, I've done it enough, I think I got this, if I let it go it's gonna be fine, I'm still gonna get what I want. And then I let it go, and then I just do, like I still get what I want, and it's always gonna be good. But that was my choice to make for myself, because I was at that level of feeling comfortable enough to let it go, because I knew that my affirmations were locked in. You feel me? Like I really intend that I'm making sense to y'all and that I'm being as clear as possible. And if I'm not, always ask me questions, like email me, comment down below, whatever you want. But I just intend that I'm making it as clear, because it really is that simple. You decide which way it goes. You decide whether you're comfortable with letting go or holding on even tighter. If you feel like you need to hold on even tighter, do that. But when I say hold on even tighter, I don't mean obsessively checking the 3D. I don't mean obsessively seeing if your affirmations are working. I don't mean being obsessed to the point in which you're like, I'm so scared if it's not gonna happen, I'll kill myself. Like hell to the fuck no. That's not the energy that you're supposed to be maintaining. You're not supposed to be telling yourself anything like, if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna die. Like no, nothing like that. Like that's all fear-based. Even if you don't know it, that is completely fear-based, because you should not be feeling afraid, like threatening the universe, if you don't give me what I want, I'ma die. Like no the fuck you're not. You're gonna be fine, because you are the universe. Like how the fuck you gonna die, bitch? You gotta get up and you gotta keep affirming and persisting. That's all that means, okay? So upon you feeling this way, like if you ever feel like you're getting to an obsessed point in a way, that's when you take a step back and you're like, let me remember who the fuck I am. I am the pedestal. My desires are not the pedestal. I am the pedestal. So if I am the pedestal, why would I allow for anyone or anything to make me feel like I can't do this? But also, why would I feel like this is too out of my reach, and that if I don't have it, I am going to die? Because I'm not. I'm not. And you're not. You're completely right. You're not gonna die. Nothing's gonna happen to you. Everything's gonna be fine. You just have to let go of the notion, the thought that you have to over obsess, like cling on super fucking tight in order for you to get what you want, because you don't have to do any of these things. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do, and nothing that makes you feel uncomfortable, because who the fuck would feel powerful feeling like they're desperate for their desires? Like absolutely not. Not in this world, not in my universe, bitch, not in yours either. You're not gonna sit here and make yourself feel like you need to get what you want, you need to get it, or that's it for you. Absolutely not. But I know that you're not gonna allow that to be the case, because that's never gonna be the fucking case. You make the choice for yourself. You decide whether something is worth holding on to even harder, affirming and persisting even harder, other words, or if you decide that you do have this shit in the bag, so you might as well just let it go because you're not worried. Like there's two different sides to the coin. You choose what side you want to land on, bitch. That's your choice entirely for yourself. Now I will say, for me personally speaking, in the past when I was affirming and persisting for certain things that I wanted, there were definitely times in which I felt like me obsessing over that thing was going to get me what it is that I wanted, and then it would. But it was always because with that obsession that I felt like I had to do, that I was sure that it was going to get me what I wanted. Again, it's kind of like the placebo effect I was talking about earlier, where you tell yourself that if I grip on tighter, I'm gonna get what I want. If I let it go, I'm gonna get what I want, whatever. That's entirely a choice that you make for yourself. So if you perceive that to be the case, where you say if I grip on tighter, it's gonna be that way, then of course it's gonna be that way, but that's entirely your choice to make for yourself, okay? So again, like when that was me, I knew that whenever I was overly obsessing to the point where I was starting to feel sick about it, I could literally feel myself vibrationally falling away from my desires, because I was becoming so obsessed with them to the point in which I felt like they were so much better than me, they were so much higher than me, and that they were on the pedestal that I needed to be on. But you see, when I changed the perspective to say it's gonna come, I know it is, and that's it, like that confidence, me over obsessing about it wasn't really over obsession, because it was just me affirming in the fact that I do have that thing and that I'm not worried. You feel me? So I just did what was right for me in that moment. I told myself that I have what I want, it's set in stone, whatever, I got it, not worried. And then it became the case. Like I ended up getting what it is that I wanted and I wasn't worried about it. But then again, there were other cases as well where I felt like certain desires that I wanted were so easy to manifest. And again, everything is easy to manifest, so don't think that something is difficult to manifest. All I'm saying is that some people believe that other things are easier to have than other things, so that's what I'm referring to. In this case, I knew initially that what I wanted here was going to be super easy for me to manifest. So while I was affirming for that thing, I kind of was okay with letting go of it, just to say like, yeah, I got it anytime that I thought about it, but I wouldn't think about it, I wouldn't wait for it, I wouldn't do anything. I just knew that it was done. And that right there was me letting it go, like kind of just whatever happens, but in the best way, bitch, because I'm gonna get what I want. That right there was more than enough for me, but that was a choice that I made for myself. So in the cases that I feel like it's a little harder for me to affirm for certain things or for me to manifest certain things, even though nothing is hard to manifest, that's when I would try harder. In the case that I would kind of think about that thing more, hold on a little tighter, because I knew that I needed to take care of my mind in regards to that desire, so that I knew that I could actually have that thing. So within me knowing that I could have that thing, I knew that I had to prep myself up to it. Affirm. Don't stop until you feel fully confident in yourself. And that right there is what got me everything that I wanted, because upon me doing this for myself, like telling myself I got what I want, on the daily, non-stop, I eventually felt like I really did have that thing. And then guess what? That's where the letting go process comes in, because once I know that it's secured, it's kind of like, okay, I'm not worried. Like, I got this. It's nothing to be worried about. It's all set in stone. It's in my favor, and that's it. And that's exactly right. That's what ended up happening for me. But that was because I applied the pressure in that way. I paid attention to the way that I was feeling. I saw how I felt about the situation, about myself, self-concept, about the desire, and I behaved accordingly. So whatever it was that I felt in that moment, I took the steps to cater to that thing, so that I felt like the best possible version of myself at all times. So no matter what the case was, I never felt like something was out of reach. I never felt like something was impossible. I never felt like I couldn't get what I wanted. I never felt like anything other than I can do this, I'm doing this because I said so, and that's it. But that was because of me. I paid attention to how I felt and I acted accordingly, and that's exactly what I'm recommending that you do as well for yourself, because there's no point in stressing out over something that you can easily have, stressing about whether you should let go or hold on tighter. You don't need to worry about that. You just need to know that it's done in your favor, that because you said that something is, that it is, and that you make the full-fledged decision to say that you can hold on tighter to something or to let it go, whichever makes you feel most comfortable. So at the end of the day, guys, what this video is all gonna stem down to is me telling you that whatever makes you feel most comfortable is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Whatever makes you feel most comfortable is what you're supposed to be doing, and don't worry about whether it's the right or wrong option. Either way, it's going to fucking work. Okay? So don't stress out about either or. Whatever you say is gonna go, it's gonna fucking go. Don't worry about how, don't worry about when, don't worry about why, don't worry about anything else. Logic does not need to take place here. Nothing needs to take place except for your wonderful affirmations that I know that you're persisting in, and that's completely it. As long as you know that you are affirming and persisting regardless, you got this shit in the bag. So don't worry about whether you have to hold on tight or let it go. Whatever makes you feel most comfortable is what you're supposed to be doing. Just don't question it. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. It really is so simple because we said so, and that's it. So just allow it to be this way. Your life is always going to be as amazing as you want it to be. Just allow it to be, and that's it. All right, y'all? So you make the decision, choose accordingly, but make sure that you're choosing something that makes you feel like you're best, because you are the best, bitch. You gotta embrace it at all times. But then anyway, that's basically it for my video, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I intend that this video helped you to the best of its ability, and I know that it did, because guys, the fuck you talking about? You gotta do this or that. You don't have to do shit if you don't want to. This is your life for a reason. The reason being that you're in control of it 24/7, 365 days of the year, 7 days a week, whatever the case is. You got this shit in the bag. There's nothing for you to be sitting here wondering about, I don't know. Should I let go? Should I hold on tighter? Do what makes you feel like the best version of yourself, what makes you feel like you should be doing what you're doing. Whatever makes you feel like you're doing this shit, do that thing, okay? Whatever makes you feel like you're best. And that is why I emphasize that whatever it is that makes you feel like you're best, you should be doing. Because every time that I let go or hold it on even tighter to my affirmations or to my desires, it was all choices that I made based on the way that I was feeling. Like I said before, remember, pay attention to that, the way that you're feeling. Whenever I felt uncomfortable, like I didn't really know if I could do this, I'm a little unsure, that's when I held on even tighter, because I knew that me being there for myself was going to make me feel better. Now, anytime that I felt like it was a little bit like, okay, I got this, I'm not too worried, I don't need to over obsess about it, I ended up letting it go, and it worked out in my favor because I knew that it was secured either way, shape, or form. But that was my choice to make for myself. At the end of the day, guys, whatever you say that you want to do or whatever you end up doing, it's always going to be right. You have to understand that within the law of assumption, no matter what you do, you're always going to be right. And that really is the case. Your life is always going to be set in the right direction according to what you say is happening for yourself. It is super important to remember that literally whatever you say is going to happen, it's going to fucking happen in your way, but that was your choice that you made for you. That is why at the end of the day, no matter what it is, you have to remember who you are, you have to remember how powerful you are, and you have to remember exactly what you bring to the table, because it's everything. You bring everything to the table. You call the shots. You're free. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. So whether that's you holding on for dear life saying, oh my god, I got this shit, yes, yeah, whatever, bro, like say it all, you're gonna be right. If you choose to let it go and just be like, fuck it, it is what it is, I'm gonna have it regardless, you're also right. But that is your choice to make for yourself. If you ever come to a point in which you feel like, I don't know if I should be letting go or holding on even tighter now, it doesn't matter. Don't think that hard about it. If you genuinely feel a push towards holding on tighter or letting go, act upon either or feeling, but that again is up to you. There's no rules here. There's nothing here telling you that you have to do it, because either way it's gonna come in. Remember guys, this is not the law of attraction, okay? You don't have to let it go to see it happen, bitch. You can hold on tighter, double grip that hoe, or you can let it go and just see what happens, and whatever it is, but it's gonna be what you say it is because you said so, and that's it. Freedom is granted to those who choose to live in freedom. If you want to be as free as you're meant to be, of course you are, allow yourself to be as free as this. And pardon the light, the sun is kissing at the moment. It is what it is, but we love it out here. But then anyway, again guys, like don't fucking worry about it. Whatever you say it is, it's gonna be that way. As long as you know that you got this shit in the bag and that you say whatever it is that you're saying is gonna go, just know that it is. Make the decision for yourself, whatever makes you feel most comfortable, and don't worry about a single soul. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about how other people manifested what they wanted. It doesn't matter. You don't need to know shit. The only thing you need to know is that you got this shit in the bag because you absolutely do, because we said so, and that's it. Nothing else besides that matters to you. Choose to hold on tight or choose to let it go. The choice is entirely yours. Be free, allow it to just be. It's gonna be that way, bitch, because you said so, and that's it. So no matter what the case is, allow life to treat you the way that you want it to treat you, but know so while you are letting go or holding on even tighter, whatever it is, the choice is yours, and the choice is always going to be right, because this is your life. You call the shots, so be as free as you're meant to be, because we said so, and that's it. Don't worry about a single fucking thing. You make the decision, and it's just gonna fly because you said so, and that's it. But then anyway, guys, again, I will see y'all this Monday for another video. Thank y'all so much again for watching. God bless y'all. Please take care, everybody. And real deal, relax, ho. Like, what the fuck are you stressing out about? Like, you are the main character. You think the main character has to ask what goes and what doesn't go? You think the main character stresses about what's gonna happen? You think the main character stresses about whether they should be letting go or holding on? The answer is no, okay? Because at the end, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to let it go, ho, let it go. If you want to double grip, double grip. It doesn't matter, no matter what it is. It's always going to be right under your command. Under your command, everything flies, everything goes according to your plan, but that's your choice to make for yourself. Stop stressing out over things that you know you shouldn't be stressing out over. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing for you to figure out. You don't have to do anything. Just listen to how you feel, okay? What is most important here, guys, is that you feel comfortable, is that you feel 110% comfortable within you affirming and persisting, and that you know that you have this shit in the bag, because you do. Don't allow yourself to feel uncomfortable by doing something else, by doing this, by doing that, because other people are doing it. It doesn't matter what people are doing. Pay attention to you and how you feel. The main character doesn't pay attention to other main characters. The main character only pays attention to their own story. If the main character knows that they got their story in the bag, which of course they do, it's a 5-star, what is it, bestseller? Like bestseller novel, ho, like literally, then you got this shit. Don't worry about what's going on around you. If you say that it is what it is what it is, and that's it. But that's all up to you to decide for yourself. So there's no point in worrying about anything or anyone else or whatever's happening or the decisions to make. Just know that it's all working out in your favor because you said so, and that's it. But then anyway, guys, decide accordingly. Let go, hold on. It's gonna work out either way. Just know that for yourself, and don't stress. Allow it to be this simple because it's meant to be this way, because we said so, and that's it. Bye. A certified bad bitch is not going to be worried about what they have to do about it. Like, there's nothing in this world that's going to make somebody as confident as you are make you feel like you have to do one thing or the other depending on this and that. Like, the only thing that it depends on is you, okay? Nobody else besides you. If it's not you, it doesn't matter. If you see other people letting go of their desires, good for them. Like, let them do it. It doesn't matter. If you see other people holding on even tighter, good for them as well. Applauding you on the other side, bitch. At the end of the day, it just goes down to you though, okay? So whether they're doing it or not, you should only be acting upon what you want to be doing for yourself. If you feel like you need to affirm a little harder, go in on that bitch 24/7, then go ahead and do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to change anything in a bad way. It's going to only help you. If you feel like you've been affirming too much and that you're kind of like, okay, I got this, I'm not too worried, secured, go ahead and let it go. Literally, the option is yours, the choice is yours. No one's going to tell you which way to go. It's all up and entirely up to you to decide what you're going to do for yourself, but make the decision according to how you feel, as opposed to paying attention to what other people around you are doing. It doesn't matter what they're doing, forget what they're doing. The only thing that matters is what you're doing. If it's not you, it doesn't matter. So don't worry about it. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about your comfort level, how you feel about yourself. So if you know that you're that bitch, allow yourself to be that bitch while making decisions for yourself that accommodate to you being that bitch, because that bitch is always going to take care of themselves because we said so, and that's it. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Like, for real, it's really going to be that way. So just know that it's always going to be up to you. No matter what it is, my love, make decisions based on your comfort level. At the end of the day, you're completely right no matter what it is. Just always remember that either way that you go, you will forever and always have this shit in the bag because we said so, and that's it. Fuck everyone and everything else. Make decisions based on you. This is your life, nobody else's but your own. And that right there is on being the main character.